Hi everybody, the class is starting now, and you all go to our today's topic. That is chapter 8 for grouping analysis. And first of all, we want to practice of that. The example 8, chapter 8-2. And the objective of this exercise is the field calculation analysis after grouping. And don't forget to install the Python MySQL driver, and we should connect to the teacher's server. And for the exercise 4 is calculate and compare the average math score for males and female in 经管 2A. So I want to analysis the average math score for male and female. So first of all, that I want to select from and I want to make a group and for the grouping the genders, I want to show to average of the mass. So here is my answer. Let I to calculate the average score of mass for male and female. And for the next exercise is compare the individual average score for gender in 经管 2A. Here that is not the average of the mass. Here this is the average of the personal individual average. So before I do this, I want to show select star from 经管 2A. And I do the grouping. Before I do the grouping, that I calculate the average, the individual average. That is divided by 3. I call this is the individual average. Here that is the so here that is my personal average. So I do the grouping. After I do the grouping, I will do, but if you do the grouping, you cannot to for the adding column, you you cannot do the grouping. You must use the subquery. Subquery means that you should to make a quote, and I call this as T1, and I select here this from of this. And after I do the two step, then I can do the goodbye. I goodbye for the gender, and I do the average of the individual average score. Here that is the answer for the male and the female. The average for this group is 72. For this group, that is 83. And I also have the second method is use the arithmetic expression. And now I want to show of this to the meaning of that.
Arithmetic.
Arithmetic, arithmetic. And the second method is using the arithmetic expression. So for the arithmetic expression, that I use the select star from 经管 2A first, and I do the grouping. For the grouping by the gender, and I use this for the gender, and I calculate the average, and for the average, that is the individual average. Here this average, that is the Chinese, and plus the English and the math, and divided by 3. And I call of this as the average. So I can calculate here, this is the answer. And exercise 6 is calculate and compare satisfaction rating by educational level in survey. So I have a data that is survey, and I want to do the satisfaction rating by the education level of this metric. Satisfaction rating, that is 满意度评分。So first of all, let I show the survey, and I want to calculate and compare the satisfaction rating by the education level in this survey. So here is the answer. So first of all, let I select star from this is not 尽管 2A, that is the survey. And I want to do compare the satisfaction rating and by the education. And finally, that I want to show that, and I want to calculate the average of the satisfaction rating. Finally, that I can get the answer like this. But I want to show for the education level, which is 1, which is 2. The answer is 1 is high school. The 2 is vocational school. The 3 that is university. And the 4 that is graduate school. So I do of this first. Here that is previous the result. I want to change of this. So here the education level, I want to change from the number to the test. So I want to use the case and we have many cases. First case that is for the 教育层 education level, which is 1. Then I output the high school, and I copy of this. And we have the 4 cases. We have 4 cases for the 1, 2, 3, 4, and for the 2 that is the vocational school. For the 3 that is the university. For the 4 that is for the graduate school. Finally, that I can show the answer is like this. And then I want to show to calculate and compare the satisfaction rating by gender in the survey. So first of all, let I select star from 问卷, and then I group by 性别, and then I show the average of the here. That is my answer is like here. But then I want to show to change the gender, 1 for the man, 2 for the girl. So I show of this, and I change of the gender. I use the if the gender is 1, then I output that is the male. Otherwise, that is the female. Okay, as a student, here is you have 5 minutes to practice of this. Okay, student, uh, our next practice that is for chapter 8-3. The objective is field calculation, analysis after grouping with the conditional filtering using having. For the exercise 4, calculate the total sales amount by different products in electronic sales and find the top 3. So I want to find the top 3 of this. So I show the electronic sales. And I want to calculate the total sales amount. Total sales amount by different products in the electronic sales table. So I grouping by the product. I grouping by the product and I show the product and I do the calculate for the total amount. Total amount that is the 销售金额。And I want to show the top three. The top three letter means that you should order by here, and here letter is 销售总额。And I order by this, and for the descending, and I want to show the top three. Limit 3. And for the exercise 5, that is calculate the rank and the rank of student in 经管 2A based on the math score in descending order. So I want to calculate the rank of the student. The rank of the student for the math and order by the math score in descending order. So I show the show the date the record of for the 经管 2A, and then I will create a new column that is a rank. And for the rank that is with the math score in descending order, where the rank that is by the math score in descending order. So that is order by 数学 and with descending order. And I call of this as the ranking. And for the exercise 6, calculate the total sales amount by different business unit in electronic sales and add ranking. Here that I will calculate the total amount for sales by the business unit and with the ranking in the total amount descending order. So that is calculate the total sales amount by different business unit in electronics and add ranking. And for this ranking is in total sales amounts descending order. So I will show of this. And I will do some calculation and by the group by what? That is by business unit. And by this business unit, and I want to show the summation of the 销售金额。And I called of this as 销售总额。And don't forget for this, finally I will add ranking. Because that if you want to use for the ranking, you should use the two-step subquery. Here of this is for the subquery. Here this is for subquery, and I do add ranking. And that is ordered by the 销售总额 descending. And for the exercise 7, I want to calculate the total number of people by different business unit and in electronic sales and display records with more than 3 people. So I want to calculate the total number of people by business unit in the surveyed tables and to display records with more than 3 people. So I select and I group by the business unit. And for the business unit, then I will show the total number count. Here that I show the count. But because that I must to use the distinct people, I want to ignore the repeating people. For example, if a salesman John in the business unit 1, but he had many records for sales, but only for one person John. So let if I want to ignore the repeating calculation, then I could use that distinct. Here that is the 业务员 and I use the distinct distinct. Then I can show only have 4 people for every business unit, and I code of this as the total number. And finally, that he want to display the records more than 3 people. So here that I want to do the filtering. I use the having the 人数 that is more than 3 people. So finally, we can show the answers like this. And here that is the exercise 8. I want to calculate and compare the total sales amount by different business unit and find the unit with the total sales less than to the 20 millions. So first of all, that I show the select star from from 电子销售 and I do the grouping for the business unit, and by the business unit that I calculate the total sales amount, and I code of this as and after I do of this, but I want to find for the filterings that find a unit that with total sales less than 20 millions. So after grouping that I use the having the total amount that is less than 20 millions. So finally that I can show only 3 units that is fit for this. Only 3 business units meet the criteria. So finally, we can find only 3 units that is meet the criteria. That meet the criteria. Meet the criteria.
Only 3 business units meet the criteria.
Only 3 business units meet the criteria. Okay, student, now you have 5 minutes to practice of this.